My name is Michael Zhou. I'm a project professional with Antea Group, and I've been with the company for a little over a year and a half now. Before starting the RaaS assignments, I was working on a lot of different one-off assignments, working with tons of different clients and with a lot of different stakeholders across the company within Antea. And then recently, after I started doing those one-off assignments, I was introduced to the concept of the RaaS assignment through Markham Hurd and my manager, Teresa. Starting with a couple of the first RaaS assignments here, I've actually been able to do 3 RaaS assignments now during my time here. 2 of the ones that I kind of did the longest were 4 months, and then the one I'm currently on is going to be an entire year. But those 2 RaaS assignments, I'm basically kind of taking on EHS manager roles. The first one is at a data center in Iowa, so that was a really fun trip, I guess, for me for 4 months. And the current one is based in my home location in Seattle. So for both of those, the day-to-days was basically managing EHS manager tasks, including compliance evaluation, high-risk activity monitoring, such as looking through their electrical programs, lockout tagout programs, working from heights or confined space. And then for those kinds of assignments, I was also able to participate in larger initiatives as well, such as working on a safety performance improvement plan, trying to improve safety culture development, and also create the creation and monitoring of leading EHS metrics as well. Some of the other things I've been able to do at my other RaaS assignment, the second RaaS assignment was at a research and development location based in Seattle. So you can imagine for research and development, they're basically mad scientists. So they're experimenting with a ton of different chemicals, a ton of new equipment processes that have, that really don't have that much research behind them. So that experience has been really great because not only am I going to be applying things that are already known, but I'm also doing a lot of research into things that aren't known and kind of, making decisions based on just publications or research or regulatory reports and things like that as well. So it's been a pretty great experience for me. As a young professional, it was a really great change of pace for me, just because, instead of kind of getting the work handed to me from, a consultant or a senior project manager, in these RaaS roles, you're basically working with the client day to day. So not only are you, using those technical skills that, you've learned from education or working on different projects, but you're kind of building those non-technical skills as well. It's really helped me to polish some of my consulting skills in terms of client communication, project management, working with cross-functional teams, or interacting with senior leadership within these organizations. These are all kind of things, I don't think early on in like a young professional's career, you'd be able to get the experience until you kind of progress a little more. But because you kind of pushed into these roles where you're, embedded into a company, you learn these roles, you learn these skills really quickly, and that's been one of the best experiences as well. Another thing is these kinds of roles that you're getting put in. For me, I basically started Antea right after I came out of education, and when you go look at jobs, elsewhere, you're going to see that the roles that you're kind of filling in, getting put into these RaaS positions, when they're advertised for full-time hiring, usually it's like, we're looking for someone with 5 to 10 years of experience, or 10 to 20 years of experience with a certification in this and a certification in that. So, if you were trying to apply for these roles to go get a full-time job with the company, usually, you wouldn't be considered qualified. But being able to do these RaaS positions, you're kind of you're given a little bit of leeway because of the name of the reputation of the Antea Group and the firm. So it gives you a way to get that experience without, having to kind of apply there full time in a way. In my opinion, RaaS employees are really often a good option for companies because not only are they getting a really qualified Antea Group consultant, but also all the network and resources that the company has to offer as well. During my assignment personally, I would often be asked, if I had examples of what something should look like. And, even for some of those topics that I wasn't as familiar with or knowledgeable in, I was almost always able to find an example or someone within the firm to get an example from to provide the client. So it's kind of like, even though they're only getting one person to kind of do the work, the network and the knowledge that person can access within Antea Group, it's really invaluable, I think. Moving into professional role and coming into the consulting world. In my mind, I was always kind of harping on, hey, I need to learn these technical skills to kind of progress in the field. But the more I'm working through these RaaS roles, the more I kind of understand that not only is it about having the technical skills to succeed in this field, but also to work on those non-technical skills as well. So at a lot of the companies that I've done the RaaS assignments for, they don't even ask questions during the interview about, hey, do you know about this program in Washington? Do you know respiratory protection programs? They're really asking, hey, what's your method of communication, and how do you kind of manage your workload? How do you manage your time? How do you interact with cross-functional teams and leaders? So those are all things that I didn't really have much experience with before going into these RaaS roles, because I was working on those one-off assignments, or working on a single program that I handed off to the client and they implemented on their side. So for me, having that RaaS experience and working on those skills and learning those skills from professionals in different industries has been a great experience for me. I guess the only thing is, if anyone's thinking about it, they can always feel free to reach out to me, and I can tell them a little bit more about my experience. But in my opinion, if as a young professional, it's one of the most kind of enriching experiences I've had in my professional career. And the stuff I've learned from these experiences will really carry on, and they've helped kind of serve as like the building block to the rest of my career.